was stuck.
It's better to submit it through Talent LMS because you should get used to Talent LMS. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, let me try something. So SDT batch 2. And then here we've got the assignment is here. And then how you submit it, you scroll it.
I scroll down and yeah, upload the file.
Upload it.
Yes, and I want to upload from those files which we created on our desktop, right? Project.
So
Project.
let me try. Okay. Let me try to upload it. Desktop projects profile HTML. Okay, this is the thing. I think you've entered this problem, right? File type not allowed. Did you encounter this issue?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can, if you use Mac or Windows, you can easily compress it. You can easily compress it. So you need to zip it. For example, let me open the project. Let's say there is day 2 project. I would like to submit it, but before submitting it, you should compress this file. Do you use Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can make a right click to this file, right click, find this compress, this option. And then when you submit your assignment, you should upload this.
Okay. Can I now upload and can you give me feedback, please?
Yeah, let's see if you do it really quickly. Let's see. All right. How about you, Jolchuk? Have you done this? This one. It was an assignment, and you can find it right here. Let me show you. Now I can see it like I'm a student. I can click this to see our classes. And right here, I can see our classes. Day 2, this one is presentation. Video recording, this one is presentation. Notes, recording, and assignment. So this one is the assignment. And here, it says create an HTML file called home assignment 3 HTML. And then your task is to create this file and make it like this page. Like you should create a file and then use whatever you learned to create something like this. And you might use your own images. Okay, did you submit it?
Yes.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, this one is yours. Okay, really good.
Yeah, I was stuck at the end and then I just left it.
Yeah. Do you mean there is something here?
Yes, I stuck in this enter your message part, so and then I couldn't just proceed.
All right. Let me open the one that we should use as an example. Okay. So you stuck where? You stuck here?
Here, yes, this box I couldn't move it down, and
This one, right? Enter your message.
yeah.
So where is your code? This one is your code. And yeah, really great. You created this all sections. And let's find your form. Form message. All right, your message. And let's try this. Break here. Okay, it's not moving it down. Okay. I think you tried this, right? You tried.
Yes, I tried several divisions, several breaks, and it didn't work as well.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, first let's take a look at your structure. So you have here your form, and here your h2, div, div, div. This one for your password, this one for
Country.
by the way, maybe I'm not sure, but let's see if it was the reason, because I don't see here closing select. Yeah, there wasn't a closing select, that's why. Because you opened your tag, start tag, but you didn't close it. You didn't,
Oh, yes.
then you moved to other tags, but you haven't done with the select. That's why there was some.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Close it.
Can we just redo it and submit it again?
Yeah, you can do it. So now it works.
I just uploaded too.
Okay, this one will be the last one. Let's see yours.
And I couldn't do this, the last button, which is back to top or something.
You mean contact?
No. When we say on the very, very bottom, back
Oh,
to
okay,
top.
okay. I see this button, right? Back to top.
Yes, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. So for back to top, you should put this part of your page into a section, this part. And then this one is like a link. When you click this link, it moves to this part, this section. So I think it's easily fixable here. Open with Visual Studio Code. So the top, okay, home, and then here you could have some other navigation link. Let me check something. So you can put here something like a link, and then this link will lead to home, and the text is back to the top, and then let's try it. Back to the top. When I click it, and it goes to the top. Yeah. So if I try this here, and it goes to the top. So you just needed to create a link there. If you click that link, it should scroll it to the upper section, which is this one.
So the ID for href, just for section. Okay, my question is the section ID and the name of href. It has to be start from this
Yeah, it
fine
has to start with pound symbol
font
to
symbol.
scroll it to sections. But if you would like to go to some web page, then it should be just URL.
Okay.
To scroll to
So,
parts, it should be pound and then section.
okay, thank you.
Actually, it's all in the last class recording, and I believe it's time to start. Okay. So guys, today we are gonna have an introduction to CSS. What is CSS? CSS is something bigger than attributes. Your attributes gave some life to your HTML elements. Now CSS is gonna make it more interactive, more beautiful. Let me open this one. So this is today's agenda. We're gonna learn table elements. We're gonna have introduction to CSS, CSS basics, some exercise. Then if you're gonna have time, we're gonna learn box model, hands-on exercise, and then questions and answers. But you can ask those questions and I give you the answers even right now. So don't need to wait till the end of the class. So first, guys, let's start with tables. I believe you all know about the tables. Where tables might be really useful. Really basic tables where we have columns and where we have rows. When it might be grouping, schedule, and calendar as well. Maybe financial planning, analysis of something. In all those places, we can use these tables. So tables are primarily used to present some data. For example, yesterday, we've seen a table with your first names, last names, and your nicknames. So we can create with HTML tables. Here we've got 2 tables. How many columns, guys, do we have in this table? Do you think it's 7 or 6? 8 or 7? 8, yeah. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. And how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There are 8 rows. So these horizontals are called rows, and verticals are called columns. And do you know how do you call this, guys? This time, Monday, Tuesday. This one is different from this circles, or not circles, these boxes. We call them headers, right? Because they represent us and show us what's gonna be in these rows. So right here, we're gonna have some time, maybe from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And here, there might be some activities or classes like math, English, physics, maybe computer science, and something like activities. Okay, this one is pretty easy. How many rows do you see here? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 columns. All right, so this one is a table, and we can create tables using HTML. So there in the HTML, we've got a table tag. There is a table tag that helps us to create tables. And inside the table tag, we use this table head, table body, table row, table header cell, and table data cell. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tags that we're gonna use to create HTML tables. All right, let's take a look at this example, guys. First, before looking at these examples, guys, let's do this. Open your Visual Studio Code. I believe you all opened this Visual Studio Code. It should be opened like this. And do you think we need to create another folder here in the projects? Yeah, let's create here another folder called day 4. Let's create here a folder called day4 in the projects. So to keep everything organized. And do you know a shortcut to create a folder, guys? Any shortcut? New folder, yeah. A shortcut without making a right click and then new folder. It is Ctrl-Shift-N. But okay, never mind. So now I would like to open our folder in other way so that we can see all days. So first, find your projects folder. It's right here. And just open your projects folder, not day3 or day4. If you open your projects folder, you can see here all your days. And now it seems to me more organized because I can quickly look up what we have done in day3. So again, I'm gonna show you. New window here. Open your projects folder, this one. Open it, not day3, not day4, projects folder. Open this. And then on the left, you should see day3, day4 folders. Do you see them? No? Do you see day3 folder? Yeah? Do you see their day4 folder? Yes. If you don't see their day4 folder, probably you just didn't create it yet. So you can create it here. Right click, new folder, day4. So let me. Okay, so. So what I asked is, I asked to open the folder. Yeah, this is the desktop, find the projects, and open this project folder. Open. And now on the left, down now the left, you see this label. You can create here another folder. Can you create day4 folder? Yeah, so you should, yeah, not day3, day4, you should open the project. It's not the folder. Not just click the. Yeah, you do this. Exactly this way you need to do it. So when you open, now we got here day3 and day4 folders. Because if I would like to quickly look what we have done yesterday, we will open it here. Put it up. Yep. Actually, we need to open the folder. Projects. And now we'd like to because it's easier to switch from folders. Okay. Yeah, and then we open folder. Find the projects. Why I did this? Because we can easily switch from forward to you have done, right? Yeah. Yes. Have you done this? Yeah. So you should create open. Open the projects. And this is the so now you will be creating your things inside this table. How to create things inside this table for me the right way. New file. If you make the right here, then it's gonna be here in the project folder, not inside the table. I think we have done it, right? So online students, I believe you also have done this. So day 3, day 4. Now, we need to create inside the day 4 a file. So you should make a right click on day 4, not here on the empty space, but here, day 4, new file, and then name it like table1.html. There should be table1.html. Table1.html. I'll do it just for myself. Let me quickly do something. All right, inside the day 4, quickly create your HTML page. We created like typing here doc shortcut. So now we've got this. And here we are gonna create a table. So I will show you what you need to create here inside the body. There inside the body, create this table, guys. Table. Do you see it? Table, table head, table row. But I believe I find it better doing this, guys. Give me a moment. So I'm gonna send this to you. Let's do this. Okay, open your Slack, guys. Then I'm gonna send you something so that you can quickly copy it and then paste it. I sent it to general. General, maybe it's better to send. Can you see their channel called SDT824? So I'm sending it here. So copy this all, copy it, and then paste it here so that you don't need to type it. I will, yeah. Let me send it here as well. Can you see it in your group? Yeah? Now. All right. So just paste it inside the body, and we're gonna discuss what does this table head mean, table body, this table R, table Ds. All right. Did you copy it? All right. So look, guys, here we've got our table. Here we've got the table, and in this table we've got 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 columns. And in order to create a table, in order to create a table, we should create, we should start a tag called table. And then right from here, let's understand what this border one attribute mean. What I'm gonna do is I will remove this border one and we're gonna see the difference. If I remove this border one, I removed it. And then I opened it. Is there any difference? Do we miss something here? We miss here borders. Yeah. Now we have no borders here. So this border one attribute will create the borders for our table. All right. One. Let's make it two. So let's make it bigger. As I know, when you make it one, it just creates the borders. Yeah, but let's make it 5 to see difference. So I believe it makes this border more thick. It makes it thicker. It makes it bold. So just keep it 1 to create borders. And then let's take a look at here. Table body. I'm gonna create this for you right now from 0. If we do this, I have something here, but there is no table because there is nothing inside my table. So inside there, we should create this one. This one is called table head. Table head is responsible for this part. This part. The top part. It's responsible for the headers. Yeah, this one. Header 1 it's responsible for header 1, header 2, and header 3. So I created here table head. It means the head. And then inside the table head, we should create something called table row. What means row? Row, is it a vertical or horizontal thing? It's horizontal, means we created some head and there we are gonna create a table row. And inside this table row, we can create this cells. We can create this cells, and this cells can be created by TD tag. Let me do something here for you. Let me write here header 1. Header 1. And now here, look, we've got one header. If I create here one more TD guys, header 2, where this header gonna be created? To the right or here under the header? Yeah, it's gonna be created to the right of header 1 because it's header and it is inside the TH, which means head, table head. Okay, but actually it should be named not TD but TH because it is not yeah, it's not table detail. TH means table header. TD is gonna be in other place called table body. We're gonna create TDs here because TDs, they represent the data, but TH represents the head. Okay, next, if I create here TR, let's take a look what's gonna happen. So look, we've got our table head, which is the top row, and then we've got table body. So do you agree, guys, that what I'm selecting here is the table body, this one? This one is table body, and this part is table head, right? This one, T head is header 1, header 2, header 3. And then T body how many table rows do we have inside the T body? Can you count inside this table body? Table rows. Table rows.
It's 3.
3 only. Look, table row 1. We don't count the end tag, right? We never count it. Then table row 2. Then table row 3. It means there's going to be 3 rows. 3 rows. So let's go back here. And then I stated here something, guys. Table row. And I will write here row 1. So how many columns and rows are we going to have, guys? 1. Let's see. There is something like row. So we did something wrong. We did something wrong. Look, we created table row. Here, look, we've got table row and here table row. And inside the table row, there should be something called table detail. For body part, it is table detail. For header part, it is table header. And let me name it like row 1. Row 1, and I believe now it should be correct. So header 1 and row 1. And we're gonna make something wrong here. Look, if I create here table detail and row 2, is this something correct, guys? What do you think? We've got one header, it means one column. And we created 2 rows. So let me open. I think I have very good website. So we have header right there. It is header 1. It is header 1. Let me make it. It is header 1. And then I created here table D1 and table D, one more table D. So look, this row 1 is from this one, right? Table D1. So where this row 2 gonna be created, guys?
Next to this row.
Let me create here the header, no, the row. This one is for, this one is row 1, right? This one is row 1. So where row 2 is gonna be created?
Row 1.
This row 2. So what do you think? Is gonna be created under here or here?
Right.
Under, right? And let me do this. I'm gonna save this. I saved it, and then I'm gonna refresh. What I think, I'm not sure, but what I think it's gonna be created here, right here, because row and then another row here. But we haven't created here the header. Because look, if we're gonna create here 3 more. As I told you, row is something horizontal, right? It never goes like vertical. So the more rows you create, it will go like this. Yeah, there will be 5 cells, exactly. So we've got cells in the row, but we haven't created these headers. So let's create this one. There are 3 headers and 3 rows. 3 heads and 3 rows. So I'll remove this. There are 3 headers, guys. Look, 1 header, 2nd header, 3rd header. Does it mean that we need to create here headers? TH header 2 and then TH header 3. Just don't forget this table row means it will go like this. Header This is the header part, T head. So let's open it. Now we've got three headers. I want you to create something like this. So we're gonna do this one together. Now, how many cells do we need to create, guys? Look, 1, 2, how many cells? We already created this headers. And how many cells do we need to create? Cell means this square. Yes, we need to create 9 cells. But we are not gonna create this cells, guys, in the same table row. Let me try something. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're not gonna do this. It will make 9 cells in the same row. We need to make one row for 3 cells, one row for 3 cells, and then one more row for 3 more cells. Let's take a look what this one will give us. So there are 3 rows and then 6 more rows. So it should be.
That's why it's TR, right? After the body.
Let me see.
The logic of TR because it's going this line.
Yeah, it means row. Everything inside will go like this. So we've got here 6 extra cells. So should we create another row for these cells? Yeah, there should be another TR. We've created another table row now, another one. So now I can copy this. So now if I go back, now I've got something similar. And we need one more here. So how can we do this? We need one more row, another table row, right? We need to create another table row. And inside that third row, how many cells should be? 3 table details, right? Cells. 1. Okay. Now let's take a look here. Now it seems we've done it. Let's do this, guys. I think it's gonna be easier than easy right now for us. Let's create this one again really quickly. So for tables to give them borders, what should we add for this? To give to our table borders. What should we add? We need to add border attribute. Border and 1. Now, inside the table, we have 2 big elements, 2 parent elements. What are those 2 big elements? These are table head and table body, right? Exactly, table head and table body. Table head is the one which is on the top, and table body is the rows. So next, inside the table head, yeah, we need to create the one row which is responsible for namings. So let's type here 1 and let's take a look at here. So now we've got 1, but it's just we haven't done, guys. Table row it's the row, but it's not the but it's not what? But it's not table head, right? Table head. So if I type here 1, yeah, now it's gonna be in the box. So table row, but do you agree with me, guys? I think inside the table head, there should always be only one table row inside the table head. Like you have few seconds to think. What do you think? I believe that inside the table head part, there should always be one table row only.
It might be multiple.
So here, which part is the table head part? This one? This one, right? This is the table head part. And inside the table head part, we should always have only one row. Because if I open some Wikipedia, let me try to open Wikipedia. This is some Java programming language. Okay. How many rows for the head do we have? Only there is table head, right? Table head, and there is only one row. Only one row. Should we create another row and then write there something like, it should never be something like this. Let me write it here. There is Java. Let me write here version. Okay, I cannot copy it. Okay, and then here, what was there? There was date. I'll make it bigger. And then here was something like Java 1, maybe. Java 1.0. Let's call it Java 1.0. Java 1.0. Do you think that we should create here one more head part, like version, and then another one?
No, it doesn't make sense, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's why inside the table head, there should be only one table row. One table row. Because it gives the idea what's on this column, what's on this column. So it means on this column, there are only Java versions. On this column, here are the dates. So, but if we create here, let's say, 2 table rows, it's not going to make sense. Let's make it header 1. So what should we create inside the table row? TH, exactly. So header 1, and here header 1, and then let me try here. Now it doesn't seem to be something logical. If I open it, now we've got header 1, and then header 1, header 2. It is something like, let me find some table. What if we have here 2 times name, job title, email address, and then the data? Will it be logically correct? No. If we see that this column is for name, why do we need to see it again, right? Name. Like, usually there is like, it's the rule. It's the rule. There is only one row for the headings. So I will recreate that one again. So we should to have there 3 headers. We have 3 headers. Now, and then here we need to have 9. Yeah. So inside the T body, what should we create? How many TRs do we need to create? 3, right? 1 row, another table row, and then another table row. So there are 3 table rows. Table row, and then table row. Okay. But we didn't create those table details. Table details. Here inside the table row, we create TD, right? So inside the first table row, there should be 3 TDs. 3. So I can call it row 1. And then let me open it. So this one is the row 1. We need row 2 and row 3. And it should be in the same table row. Row 2 and row 3. So now we've done with 1 table row. Next, what I would do, I can just copy this table row because they're gonna be identical. One row, second row, and third row. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 1, row 2, row 3. But actually it's row 1, row 1, row 1. Row 2, row 2, row 2, and then row 3, row 3, row 3. Like there is typo. It should be row 1, row 1, row 2. Yeah, it should be something like this. Because it is row 1. We can call it row 1 and then cell 1. Row 1, cell 2. Row 1, cell 3. Row 2, cell 1. Row 2, cell 2. Row 2, cell 3. I think we got familiar with this. This is what we used. Table, T-head, and T-body. T-head are the two main elements. Then table row, TD. What do we miss here, guys? We miss here one thing, one tag. Which tag it might be? TH, yeah. TH. It is cell placed inside the table head. Inside the table head. TD is the cell placed inside the table rows. This TH is the cell. Cell is the box. Cell placed inside the table head. So let me show you another example. Let's take a look. How many, we're not gonna look at the table, guys. Let's take a look at here. So how many, okay, anyway, we'll be able to see, maybe I'll do it like this. Okay, so we've got here table. And how many columns are we gonna have there?
Two.
Two. Name and position. And then how many rows we're gonna have here?
3, 4.
One, two,
Eight.
3, 4.
Oh, four.
Only 4 rows. 4 rows, but in total 8 cells there will be. So 4 rows. And in every row we've got 2 cells. This row here we've got 2 cells. Third row we've got there 2 cells. Last row we've got name and position. Name and position. I think now it you are more I think you can go for exercise right now. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I was just
Yeah?
that's great.
Okay, very good. So guys, you will need to, are you familiar with this table? We have seen it before, right?
Yes.
We have seen it before. So create a file called table exercise 1 HTML inside day 4 folder. Inside the day 4. So you can easily create it here, day 4, new file. And what's the name?
Table.
Yeah, table exercise 1 dot HTML. Yeah, I created it here. Create table exercise 1 HTML inside day 4. Inside the day 4 folder. And it's okay if it's not 100% like this, but it should be similar to this one. Create an HTML that displays the following table. There are 3 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows in total. Okay. Okay, guys, let's start creating it together. So this is the Visual Studio Code and the table. What are the main two elements that we always create inside the table? Table head. Yeah, border should be also created. Border one, T head, and T body. Okay, next. What's next to create inside the table head? TR. And then how many TH should be created? 3. Okay, what is first TH header? First name, last name, and nickname. All right. And inside the table body, how many table rows we need to create? 3 table rows, yeah? Or 3 or 4? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 table rows, yeah? 4, 5. No? No, guys, really. There should be 6. 1 table row, second table row, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm not lying right now. Like in this time, I'm honest. Yeah. So table row, and then here, TD. Okay. Who is the first one over there inside the table? Okay, and her last name? Okay. And then I'll create multiple Aidanas. Let me try. Let me see. So what do you think? Is it the correct way? This one. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Table exercise 1. Okay, seems like something is wrong. Okay, it's the right one. It's the right one. So table row 1, table row 2, table row 3, table row 4, table row 5, and table row 6. So 6 table rows. Inside the table row 1, we have how many table details? 3. TD1, TD2, TD3. Here inside the table row 1, TD1, TD2, and TD3. All right. Yeah, this is the solution. This is the solution. And okay, do you understand how it works now? I have another exercise, guys. Let's create this one now. Create this one, product inventory table. Now there are more columns. A4 folder. Yeah, new file, table exercise 2. Are you good? Yeah? This time, yeah, it should be exactly like this. There is no coloring. When you ask, should it match exactly? Did you mean that there we have product ID, product name, and they are bold? Do you mean this? Because they are more black. It's fine if they are not really black like here. So not really necessary. So let me create the second one. Okay, so don't save table exercise 2. Okay, our table, head part, and body part. So inside the head part, how many table rows should be created? 4 table rows. Inside the head, how many table rows should be created? Only 1 table row, right? Only 1 table row with 4 table heads. Yeah, only 1 table row, and inside we better call them table headers. Table headers. Table head is the top row. Table header is the those boxes. And then inside the table body, how many table rows should be created?
Four.
One.
One? So there should be created how many table rows? 4. There should be 4, yeah. So this one is first table row, second table row, third. You mean, yeah, these are the rows. Yeah, in total 4 table rows, and inside each table row, 4 table details, yeah? So we've got 4 table rows, and in each row, we've got 4 table details, yeah. So maybe, yeah. I'm not really sure, but maybe. I believe it's doable. So we missed there our border. Border 1. All right. So this is our table. Do you all have this table? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Any questions so far? Uh-huh. To change the color, right? So this is yeah, exactly. So like when we had the first last, yeah, this is what we're gonna learn today. Yeah. So now let's guys move to CSS. It's gonna be introduction to CSS. So what is CSS? CSS stands for cascading style sheets. I'll ask you to yeah. Thank you. So CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets. And it's another language like HTML. HTML is a language. Is it a programming language? No, it's just some hypertext markup language. CSS is also a language, but cascading style sheets language. And we use CSS to make our HTML look better. For example, let's find one where we had this first names, last names. Look, we've got here first name, last name. And do you remember that the header part was gray? Yeah, here. So we can make it gray using CSS. So right now I'll use very basic CSS. We can add here some CSS. We're going to learn today how to create CSS. CSS background color is gray. And let's see. It's not this one. Yeah, now it seems like that one, but not 100% the same, but it's close. This one is more, let's say, it's not really dark like we have here. This one is more light. Yeah. So, all right. So let me open this. So CSS gives you make changes in your HTML. It can give color, style. It can change the place. For example, if you would like to have your table not here on the left, but somewhere here on the center, you can use CSS to center your table right here. Or if you have some, let's say, form, Google form, not Google form, just form to fill your username, password, this, usually we have it on the left. What we write is without CSS. We have it on the left. We can style it so that form will be here in the center. We can change the layout. Okay. So this is, guys, HTML page without CSS. This is what you write right now. H1, paragraph, H2, paragraph, H2, unordered list, H2, paragraph, and inside the paragraph, A, anchor, yeah. This one is with CSS. Do you agree that this one looks better than the previous one? At least a bit, right? It looks more interesting. It looks more appealing. And this one is another HTML page. Look, here we've got everything, guys. Here we've got logo, company name, navigation bar, picture. Okay, and then this search box, everything we've got, but there is no style. No style. And then look at this one. This one is much better than the previous. Navigation bar. Here we've got the search box. you can type your own zip code, maybe 60016, and it will look for if they're available. You can get a quote, you can contact them. So this one, much better than the previous one. Will you buy any moving service from this website?
It looks more interesting.
What?
First one companies.
Cheaper, yeah?
prices.
You will, right? You'll pay them like $10 per hour, yeah? This one like $30 per hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so why we use CSS to make our website like adaptable to different sizes? Let me show you. For example, Amazon.com. If I change the screen size, it's adaptable. It's changing. So now if I make it really small, it still works. For example, let's try Wikipedia. If I change its resolution now everything adapts to our display size, to window size. So with CSS, we can make everything adaptable.
Even for mobile devices.
Yeah, for mobile as well. So for example, here, if I try to use something like this, okay. Like this. This is how you see it. Okay, let me turn it off. This is how this is how it looks like on phones. 100%. If you open this website, it will show you this view on your phone. So this all is using CSS. It makes your web page responsive so that it can adapt to different screen sizes, starting from phone to bigger screens like laptop, computer. And it just gives more life. You can change the color, font, layouts, like we had here. Yeah, it seems more expensive, but they're gonna have more orders than the first one, 100%. Okay, and there are, guys, different types of CSS. Different types of CSS. Did you see how I use CSS before? Did you see? Because I used it here. This is CSS. There are 3 ways to use CSS. We're gonna learn them today. There are 3 ways. Let me make it bigger. So first way, guys. So first way is inline CSS. Take a look at here and let me know. Did I use inline CSS or did I use some other CSS? What do you think? I'll open my HTML code again. So look, did I use inline CSS? Let's take a look again.
Yes, it's in line.
It is inline. So what is inline? Inline is when you use that CSS as an attribute. Where do we put attributes, guys? Where do we put them? In the end tag? Inside the start tag, right? And this inline CSS is inside the start tag. And here in my example, it's again inside the start tag, right here. This one is called inlined one. So what we're gonna do right now, guys, is we go back to Visual Studio Code and create inside the day4 folder another file called inline CSS. Inline CSS.html. Yeah, create inline CSS. Yeah, inline CSS.html. So it should be HTML file. Created inline CSS. And now we're gonna create here a paragraph. And let's name it, let's write here this. Here we use inline CSS. Type here this. Here we use inline CSS. There are 3 types of CSS. Now we're gonna use inline CSS. Then where is this CSS? It's right inside the start tag, right here. Inside the start tag, use attribute called style. Yeah. Use attribute called style. And then right here, this color and red. Color red. All right, and then I'll open this HTML inside the browser. Let's open it here. And we see that the paragraph is not like we usually see, black. It's red. So this paragraph, style, color, red. Let's add here one more, guys, thing. Font size, 50 pixels. We can change the color. We can change the font size. Yeah, there's font family. Yeah, there are a lot of. So use font size, and let's see if it really applies here. So now, yeah, now it's a lot bigger, the text. Here we use inline CSS. So have you done? Yeah. All right. So I'll open this place again. So look, guys, here I've got HTML element. How do we call this part, guys, of HTML element? This part. This part is called
Tag.
start tag, right? How about this part? It's easy. This part is
End
called end tag. End tag. Okay. How do you call this part?
Content.
This part is called content, right? It is content. Okay. And how do you call this thing, guys? Style.
Attributes.
Yeah, it is attribute. It is attribute. Okay, next one. This is something new for you. How can we call this color? What do you think?
The value.
Value.
No, it's not the value. Color is property. Value is red. Font size is property. Value is 50 pixels. So here, this one is called property. And this red is called value. This one is called value. So how do you call this font size? Property, right? It is called property. And 50 pixels. Value, right? It is called value. So inside the style, we have properties and values. we use properties and values to apply CSS. Property value. Next, how do we call this type of CSS? The one that we used here. This one is called inline CSS. This is the first way of CSS. And now let's have a break, guys. We continue after 15 minutes.
I ask a question.
Yüzden üçüncü bakayım. Oşunda daha mı şirekeliyiz en azından. Öyle taraf. Evet, oşunda başını açtık daha önce. Cuma günü başı çıkıyordu. Cuma günü değer açılış gidiyordu daha önce yolu.
Değer açılıyor. Cuma gündeyiz.
O
Ожог техническая дорога и Джилвейс. И ты только шоколада, çikolatası, şey bu.
Oşunda bu celde kança değer geçiyor. Ne bileyim 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
6 yaşında. İlk üçten böyle.
6 değer, 6 değerin içinde 3'ten tırı.
Tek böyle olup da.
Şu an hata geçiyor.
Yani bunu için
Yüzünden babam biraz böyle.
ne?
Yeah, online students, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right, there are different types of CSS. CSS. The first one that we've discovered is inline CSS. The second one is internal CSS. Internal CSS is the one when you don't create an attribute inside the start tag. You create inside the head, another element called style. And there you type this. P, I would like to change all P's to have color brown and font size 45 pixels. Internal CSS is defined, is created within a style tag inside the head section, right here. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna create another file. First, we created inline CSS. Now we create, let me see, internal. This one will be internal CSS. Internal CSS.html. Internal CSS.html. And let's create here, guys, few paragraphs. Let's make it like this. This paragraph is very important. Let's type there this text. This paragraph is very important. Then we create another paragraph. This is just a simple paragraph. So here we've got two paragraphs. One of them is very important. The other one is just very simple paragraph. Okay. Rate this too. Now these paragraphs, they don't have any styles. They don't have special font size or color. This is just raw text, almost. Next, we're gonna use internal CSS. To use internal CSS, in the head section, we should create another HTML element called style, this one. We should create this style element. All right. So inline CSS is used less. More we use internal and the third way. So this one is the second way. Now, inside this style, we type this. P, and then, how do you call this, guys? This symbol. Curly braces. Inside this curly braces, we type what CSS properties we would like to use there. I would like to make my paragraphs to have color brown and font size 45 pixels. Create this. To use internal CSS, we create the style element inside the head section. Create it inside the head section. Okay. Next, let me open this page. This page. Look, now both of them are red. Both of them are red. But what if I wanted to make only one of them red and one just raw color, which is black? Now both of them are red. It's because inside this style, we told this. I would like to make all paragraphs to have color brown and font size 45. But in order to make only first one red or brown and the second one to have basic size and basic color, we need to use some selectors, but we're gonna learn it like in few minutes, maybe 10, 15. This one is called internal CSS. Let's first figure out the different ways of applying CSS. This one is inline. we use it inside the start tag. Internal is when we create inside the head section style element. And this is where we style them. There is third way. Third way. This one is the third way. Third way is called external CSS. When CSS is in different file. When CSS is created inside the different file. So let's take a look. We have different file, separate file called CSS file, and its type is CSS. Then we have another file, which is HTML file. Let's create this. You're gonna see the difference. What do you think, guys? Can we create inside this folder another folder here? Yeah, let's create inside the day 4 another folder called external CSS.
New folder.
Yeah, but inside the day 4. It should be external CSS. All right. Now inside the external CSS, create one HTML file called, let's name it external CSS.html. Because its CSS style will be not inside this HTML. It will be separate. We need to create inside this folder another file called let's call it style dot, and the format is CSS. So now inside this folder, I have two files. Yeah, inside this folder, I have two files. First one is for HTML. Second one for styles. Here I've got two, external CSS and style CSS. So external CSS is for HTML. All right, let me know once you've done this. Yeah, two files in this folder, external CSS and style CSS. All right, have you done? All right, next step, guys, is we need to make a connection between these two files, between this file and this file. So, because if we write here something, it should be applied here, but let's first do this, guys. Create inside this external CSS.html, again, two paragraphs. First one will be paragraph 1. Second one is paragraph 2. Create here two paragraphs. All right. Next, guys, we move to our style CSS file, to this file, and then here we're gonna write our CSS. I would like to make paragraphs to have green color and to have font size of 55 pixels. 55 pixels. This one is in, yes, it's inside the style CSS. This is the way to give style to our elements. We're gonna learn more about this selector. But first, let's figure out this CSS ways. All right, let me know once you finish this, creating this CSS. All right, next, I'm opening this page in the browser. Let me open it, this page. Right here, let me open this. Look, does it seem to you like we used here any CSS? Did we apply any CSS? No, there is no CSS applied. There is no CSS. So, but we created CSS file. We typed there, we would like to make the color green. This is because both of them are in different files. CSS is in different and HTML. Bless you. So we need to make a connection. How do you make this connection? Is it true that we would like to apply this CSS right here? Is it true? So how do we make it? Here inside the head, we create here another tag called link. It is called link. We need to link these two files. Link, and then this one, relation. I believe it should be style sheet. The other one, href. Here type style CSS. So now it will bring everything from that file to this HTML. Link rel style sheet. Now I save it. I refresh my page, and now it's applied here in this HTML. We used link to link them. Link tag. So let me open the presentation again. So this one is called external CSS. They're linked using a tag called link. And it's created inside the head section. Just your personal opinion, guys. Which one you find easier to create? Which CSS, guys? Inline CSS, internal or external? Which one you find more comfortable for yourself? Inline, external, or internal? Which one seems for you easiest? There are three.
I
Inline,
think third one will be better.
like actually, front-end developers, those who create websites, they use external. But I believe we will be using internal. Yeah, because why do we need to create external file, another separate file? We'll be using internal. But have you got the difference? What's the difference between inline and external? I'd like to ask you next. Okay.
Just like one line. And then short.
Inline, this one is inline. So inline is when you use the style right inside the start tag. How about external? External CSS is when what? Is when the CSS is created inside the separate file. So here, do you see here anything like color, font size? No, it is inside the separate file. Yeah. Yeah, here we've got two files, but we must connect them. To connect, we use this tag, link tag. Here, by the way, what do you think, guys? CSS stands for what? Cascading style sheets, right? So here we tell it's gonna be linked to our style sheet, to our CSS. And then this is the link. Style CSS is the one that we're gonna use. How about internal CSS? What's the difference between internal and inline CSS? In the head section, right? Yes, we put it inside the head section. I find this one, I prefer this one rather than external or inline. So these are the three ways. These are the three ways: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS, and CSS syntax. So this one is a CSS syntax, and it's used in internal and external. Here in internal, we use this way, and in external, we use this way. But inside the inline, we can't type here P and then this. Well, I believe we should not, because we already know which paragraph we need to style. How do we call the color, guys? And how do we call the blue? They have their own names. Color is called P, property. Blue is called value. Font size is called property. 16 pixels is the value. Yeah, property and value. And here we target this HTML element. P makes all paragraphs to have color blue and font size 16 pixels. Let me open this again. If I create here one more paragraph, and I'll tell right here, paragraph 2. If we open this page, will both of them have, guys, red color or not? One of them is gonna be red. The second one, will it be red or not? It won't be. So we open the inline. Here, first paragraph is red. Second one, for the second one, we never applied any CSS. Never. Yeah, inside, when we use internal, here it says make all paragraphs to have color brown. But what do you think? Should we always use this way? Maybe sometimes we don't need to make all paragraphs red. Sometimes we just need to make maybe some headers to have different color, but paragraphs should have their own black color. So there we're gonna learn the selectors. Let me open this one. So first, this one is inline. We type it right inside the start tag. External, when you have, yeah, separate file, and we link them using link tag. Internal is when we create the style, and it is inside the head section. All right. So we're going to learn right now about selectors. This one is important. Selectors. There are 3 types of selectors: element selector, class selector, and ID selector. Okay. What do you think? What is class and what is ID? Yeah, class. Yeah, it shouldn't be unique, right? It can be repeated multiple times. So class is an attribute, ID is an attribute, element is the tag. So look, I'll show you something. If we create here multiple paragraphs, so again, another question, guys, sorry. Which CSS do we use here? Is it internal, external, or inline? Internal, right? So if we use here this P, and then we have here multiple paragraphs, all of them will have purple color. And this one, guys, is element selector. Element. Why is it called element? Because here we say, I would like to make all elements, all P elements, to have purple color. Okay, what do you think about this one, guys? What if I create here? Is it true that if I open this page, HTML page, all of the paragraphs will be Brown.
Yes.
All right. What if I make here another, let's say, heading, and I'll type there just heading 1. Will heading have brown color, guys?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Yeah, heading has its default color, but all paragraphs have this color. So here we say to apply this CSS to all P text, to all paragraphs. And this one is called element selector, because we select which element would you like to apply some style. This one is called, guys, element selector. We have 2 more selectors. Second one is class selector, guys. Class selector. So this one applies CSS only to elements that have a given class. Look, here inside the body, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. How many of these paragraphs have a class, guys? 3 of them, right? And take a look at here. Only 3 of them have purple color. And only 3 of them are large, have font size large. So this one is another selector, guys. This selector is called class selector. And it applies this style to all elements where the class is S paragraph. Let's do this, guys. Let's create another HTML file. It's gonna be really helpful for you. Inside the day4 folder, create here another folder called selectors. Selectors. I think it's gonna be really quick. Create these selectors. Next, inside this selectors folder, we are gonna create element selector.html file. If you feel comfortable creating these folders and files right now, it's really good, because now you know how to organize them and give right structure. Because if you would create them inside the day4, here we would have maybe 10 files, and would be difficult to find out which one to open. So inside this element selector HTML, create our basic HTML element selector. We learned element selector. There is another selector as well. How do you call this second selector, guys? Do you remember? Class selector, right? This one will be element selector. And here I would like to use which CSS? Internal CSS. How can we use here internal CSS? Internal CSS. Inside of the head, we create style tag. Style tag, right? And all right, let's create here this P paragraph. Let's type here paragraph 1, P paragraph 2, H1, heading 1. And okay, let's make, yeah, this is enough. Or let's make here this 2 more headings like this, H2, heading 2, and heading 2. We've got heading 1, heading 2, its paragraph, heading 2, and its paragraph. And if we open this page, is it true that all of the elements will have just black color, basic color? Yes, exactly. And how can we how can we apply red color for H1, guys?
Each one inside each one.
Here,
No, here.
here, inside the style. Do you mean here?
Three classes.
Plus.
Three classes.
Okay, now, no, we use element selector. It can be used in class selector, but here element selector means there are three selectors actually: element, class, and ID. When it's element selector, it means I would like to apply some style to all elements. If I would like to apply red color to this H1, then I type here H1 and then color red. What if I would like to make both headings, guys, to have both heading 2 to have green color? Heading 2, color green. Will it make both of them green? This one and this one? Yes, it will. So element selector is the one which applies to all heading 2 elements, to all heading 1 elements. What if I would like to make all paragraphs to have yellow color? All paragraphs. P curly brace and color yellow. P curly brace color yellow, right? All right, so let's open this. Look, heading 1 is red, heading 2s are green, and paragraphs are yellow. Is it true that element selector applies only to one element rather than applying to all elements some style? What do you think, guys? Element selector, this is my statement. I think element selector works only with one element. It's never going to apply some style to multiple elements. Do you agree with it?
Yes.
It works with for all elements, for all. So it's not for single element. If we would have here two H1s, is it true that both of them will be red? Yes,
Yes.
because it's element selector. Here we type make all H1s to have color red, all H2s to have color green. This one is called element selector. Next, we are gonna learn what is class selector. Create here a file, guys, another file called class selector. Class selector. All right, and then create here basic HTML. And then create here these headings. My project, and then let's make it work schedule, heading 2, paragraph 1, then H2, education, P, paragraph 2. So I'll separate them like this. And then H2, contact. And then paragraph 3. And then last one, H3. Oh, sorry, H2. And then about paragraph 4. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 H2s, 4 paragraphs, and 1 H1. All right. So next, let's create here, guys, internal selector. Sorry, internal CSS style. And I have here something like a task, guys. I would like to make H1 to have green color. How can I make H1 green? Look, if I open it, H1 is in black color. I would like to make it in green. I would like to apply here green color. Style, what should we type here? H1 color green. All right. Task 1 is finished. Next, guys, I would like to make second. I would like to make all paragraphs red. How can we make all paragraphs red? Here just P and then color red, right? Yeah, P color red. All right. It works. All of the paragraphs are red. But now I would like to add one exception here. I would like to make this paragraph 1 to have purple color. Yeah, only one of them should be purple. So paragraph 1 should have purple color. All of them have red color, but now I'd like to change it. So let me open again this one. The one that's called class selector. When you use class selector, you can make certain elements to have some styles. So here, look, here we've got 3 paragraphs with class attribute here. And then if you would like to select those paragraphs, 3 of them, you type dot. And what's the value of classes, guys? Yeah, it is S paragraph. So here I type dot. Dot means class which has value S paragraph and use their color purple. So how can we do it here? Here inside the start tag, we should add a class, right? So it will give us certain specification to this paragraph so that it's not as all other paragraphs. It's not the same as all other paragraphs. So we can give it class called purple. Now we can easily differentiate paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is not simple one because it has class. Paragraph 2 is very simple one. It will have red color, this one and this one. So now it's time, guys, to make our paragraph 1 purple. Dot Dot, guys, means I would like to use class selector. We learned two types of selectors, guys. Which one is first? So first one was element selector,
And now we
class selector, yeah. Class selector is the one where you type the dot. It means I would like to choose one element which has class purple. Yeah. So it choose this one, purple. And now, guys, look, if we make the color purple, it's not gonna, oh, it works, yeah, it should. Look, dot means, guys, I would like to choose some element which has class purple. Is it true that, guys, multiple elements can have the same class? Is it true?
X. Could you repeat your question?
Yes.
Multiple elements can have the same class.
Yes.
The same class. What if
Just put the class.
I would like to make, guys, H2 work schedule also purple. How can I make it purple? This one,
Which one?
H2 work schedule. I would like to make it purple also.
Just, yeah, we should give for this H2 give a class.
Class?
Like green.
No. Look, we can again write purple, and now it will find elements. Yeah, look, it will find some element. We don't know which element is it, but it should have class purple. All right, so now I would like to make, guys, paragraph 4 to have blue color. I would like to make paragraph 4 blue.
We should do it,
The same way.
yes, give some class.
Give some class here, right? Because it's not a simple paragraph. Blue, but it's not changed here. It's still red.
And we should go up.
Go up.
Dot purple.
Yeah, add here another style to blue, right? Blue means now it found how many elements will be found, guys, if we use this?
Only one.
Only one element, right? This one. So if I will write here font size 25 pixels, it changes it. If I write 25, all right, it's too big. It makes it bigger because now it applies only to those elements where class is blue. So let's make the color. I told you to make it blue. So now it has blue color. All right. What if I would like to make, guys, this about H2 to have not purple, but let's make it red, not red, orange. Yeah, how can sorry, how can we make it orange? This one, H2.
Yeah, we're going to about.
About. Here, should we make again class blue? If we make it blue,
Yeah, I mean,
that blue will apply.
Check all this class with blue.
Yeah, but I would like to color it in orange.
Yeah, we can put the orange.
Here, orange, yeah. What if I do this? What do you think? What if I'll do this?
One.
Here. What if I will make here H2 and then color orange? Now all of them become orange, right? It's not what I expected to have. I wanted to have only this about to be orange. So how can we do it? Adding here class, right? Class orange. And now,
According to these colors, could we just give them not purple, not orange, just give them like 1, 2, 3, like
yeah,
this.
you can give any other class.
Yeah,
Like
give
it can be,
three.
you can name it like about heading or third heading maybe. Third heading. But as long as I would like to make it orange, yeah, I named it orange. So now we can just add here another style to class orange. Color orange. All right. So now we learned two selectors, guys. Element selector and class selector. All right. Imagine, guys, there are 30 elements, and these 30 elements are paragraphs. There are 30 paragraphs. And what if I would like to make only few of them, let's say red color? Which selector should I use? I have 30 paragraphs, and I would like to make only 5 of them to have red color, not all of them, only 5. We should use which selector? Class selector, right? It's called class selector. And to use class selector, guys, which symbol do we use? Dot here, yeah, it's dot. And there is another selector called ID selector. Okay, I believe it's ID here. Okay, this one targets only a single element. It never applies to multiple elements. Do you know why? If you use, yeah, because ID is always unique. That's why it targets only one element. So let's, okay, we've seen this one. Okay, now we've got here only one header and multiple paragraphs. Okay, for ID selector, there should be symbol pound. For class selector, which symbol is it? Dot. Dot. For class, it's dot. For ID, it is pound. And we just add here ID header. And then in this style, we tell, I would like to make all elements with ID header color green. Let's now create another file called ID selector. ID selector.html.
In selectors, yeah.
Yeah, inside the selectors folder, ID selector.html.
File or folder?
ID selector file inside the selectors folder. Okay, here we create our HTML file. And then let's create here one header and 3 paragraphs. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. This one is header 1. All right. We are gonna use again this internal selector. And I'd like to make, guys, my, let's say, paragraph 2, guys. I'd like to make paragraph 2 to have green color. How can I do it? But I would like to use not class selector, not element selector, ID selector, yeah. So we need to create here or add another ID attribute. We can call it P2, paragraph 2, second paragraph. All right, and then style. Inside the style, do we use here dot P2? Pound P2, right? Pound P2. And then color green. Yeah. This is how the ID selector works. Now the second paragraph is green. And what if I would like to make all paragraphs to have red color? Yeah. P color red. So now all paragraphs are red except the second paragraph. Because for the second paragraph, we used ID selector. All right, let me know once you've done. All right, we move, guys, then. Next, guys. There is another new property that we are gonna learn. What properties do you know so far, guys? Style properties. Let me give you an example. Font size, it is a property, style property. Do you know any other style properties? Color. Yeah.
Color.
Font size. And then there is another one, guys, called background color. Background color. If you would like to set to the background some color, you can use this property. Background color property. So let's do this. Internal CSS. Okay. We're gonna use right here inside the ID selector, this background color. Is it true that all content that we see on the page is inside the body element? Is it true? All content that we see is inside the body element. Yeah. So this all that we see is inside the body element. So here we can type this. Look, guys, if I type here body color, let me show you this. Look. How many elements do we have inside the body, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you do this body color red, it will apply to all elements inside the body red color. So now all elements become red. Okay, I'll return this. So now I wanted to show you another one. It is called background color. Background color, and let's make it aqua. So now we can change the color of, background color.
Also, we can put a H here and A. Background color A. Put a A.
What do you mean background color?
A href.
Do you mean here like this? Href?
A.
Do you mean this? A?
Anchor.
Enter is that.
I think it's not
I mean,
meaningful
the
here.
text on the photo or something.
I think I know what you mean. Do you mean this? Like if you click anywhere, it will go to some website. Do you mean this? No? All right.
I'm meaning about we can put the text on the front of this some photo or something. Href.
Yeah. What I think is maybe you mean this, you know?
Yeah, put the link.
Like any link.
Yeah.
All right, next spot. Google. Do you mean this?
Put the image. It's like Google background. Yeah.
Do you mean like there is a picture, you click this picture, it goes to Google?
Okay, later I will explain you.
All right, so this is background color property. Is it true, guys, that there is some element called div, and this element can store inside itself other elements? Div. Can it hold inside itself other elements? Okay, let's try this one. Header, div, and let me try this. Div. Look, now only the div part is aqua color, this part. So because div, it's like a container, it can hold inside something. It can hold inside elements, and we can make the body background color blue. So now body has background color blue, but div doesn't have blue color, it has aqua color. So another thing to show you guys is, so now which property did we learn, guys? Background color. Next, font family. There is another one, guys, called font family. Let me show you this. Let's make this, guys. Go here to paragraph style, P, and then right here, font family. Font family can change the font of your text. If I do this, let me find some. It changes the paragraph font. I'd like to change only for one to see the difference. Look, now paragraph 2 has a bit different font. Paragraph 1 and paragraph 3, they have the same font. Look, because I applied to paragraph 2 only this font, Georgia. If I put it here, this font will be applied to all of them. So font family property, it's a property that can change the font type. Do you know, guys, any other font types? Do you know the one that's called Arial or something like this? Arial, right? So font family can change the font type. So let me write here the attributes that we learned today. Font family, font size, color. Do you know any other than this? No. Properties, CSS properties. Just a few minutes ago, guys, we learned how to make something aqua. Background color. Background color. So color makes what, guys? What does it make? Changes the color of text. This one changes background color. Font size can make the text smaller or bigger, right? Changes the font size. Font family. What does it do?
Style of the text.
It changes font style. Yeah, changes the font style. For example, I believe maybe here font family. So I can use here different font family like this. There are different fonts. Okay, maybe we can find this one here. So now it's different. Maybe Franklin. So it changes just the font style. Next, font size. We know the font size, right? We know font size. Next, text alignment, guys. This one is really interesting. Text alignment. Let's do this. Go back here and create here body. Inside the body, we have every element, every content. So we can use here text align property and align it to the center. So what does it do? It aligns the content to the center. I can make it right. So right now, every content is on the right. I can make it left. So now everything is on the left. Center. Now everything is centered. So it just aligns the content to the left, maybe to the center, maybe to the right. So it is text align. This one is called text align. Let me type it here. Text align. This one is called text line. Text line property controls the horizontal alignment of the text. Can move from left to the center to the right. Font weight. There is another one called font weight, guys. Do you know what means bold, right? Bold text. There is just a text and bold text. For example, if I would like to make this paragraph bold, paragraph 2, I can use here font weight bold. Now it's bold. If I remove it, now it's just the basic paragraph text. If I return it, now it's bold. Yes. Here, let me check if we can make it bold. No, we cannot, but here we can. So this is just a text. Now it's a bold text. So which property do we use? Text align? No. This one is previous. I fooled you. We use, let me check. So it's not text align, it is font weight. Font weight. Borders, okay, I think. Let's do this, guys. We are gonna create another HTML file inside the day4 folder called index. Index.html. Create this, create our HTML. Here. Index.html. And then inside the body. Yeah. No, it's a file inside the day4. Yeah, it's inside the day4, not external, not selectors, inside the day4. So create here paragraphs. Paragraph 1, heading, heading 1. Okay. Another paragraph, bold paragraph. All right. So now the task is this, guys. I would like to, task number 1 is center the heading. We need to center the heading. If I make a show preview, the heading should be, guys, in the center. Paragraph and bold paragraph should stay there, but heading should be centered right here. How can we center the heading? This heading 1. So do we need to use CSS styles for this? Style. All right, so and how do we center this heading 1? H1. And which property do we use? It should be centered from left.
Align.
Text align, yeah? Text align, center. Yeah, good. Now it's centered here. And I would like to make, guys, this last paragraph bold. I don't want to make both of them bold. I would like to make last paragraph bold.
No, so first we need to identify, yes, last one.
Yeah, we need to, yeah, give it ID or class. So let's give it a class. Let's call it last paragraph, last P. And then to use class selector, which symbol do we use? Dot. Dot. Last P. And then how can I make this last paragraph bold? Which property do we use to make it bold? Font weight. Font weight. And also instead of guys bold, you can use numbers. If I make it 900, it will be really bold. If I make it 100, it's not. Try 500, 600, it is bold. So it becomes more and more thick as you make the number bigger. I will use just bold. And now I would like to guys move this paragraph 1, this one, to the right. I'd like to move it here. How can I move this paragraph to here? Text line? Where do I use this text line?
Side of style, P is curly braces, then next line, and that's right side.
That's for ID.
Yeah, first add here class or ID, because I don't want this bold paragraph to move to the right. I want only paragraph 1 to be moved. So class, and I can call it like right, because I'd like to move it to the right. Dot right, and then how can we move it to the right?
Text line.
Right, yeah, now it's moved. And how can I make this paragraph 1 to have red color? Paragraph 1.
Inside of that right,
Outside.
you need to think color.
Color red, yeah. So we learned text align, font weight, and color. And how can I make guys whole page to have aqua color, whole page?
Background color.
And where do I write this background color?
Body.
Inside the body, right? Body should be aqua. Okay. What if I would like to make this part, guys? This part. I would like to make this part yellow. This part.
Inside of
Then does it mean these 3 elements should be placed inside the div?
Yes, if you want to.
Yeah. So I create here div and I put this inside the div. And now what's the next step? Inside this style, I would like to make this portion of page to be in yellow background color. Div color background yellow. So now this is the background color of div. This is what div is, the container. So, okay. Make sure you've done this one. So, is there something I need to add here? Text align, centers the, moves the element horizontally. Okay. Do I miss here any property? No. Font weight, right? Font weight makes the text bold. Yeah, make the text bold. Next. Probably this is gonna be your home assignment. You'll need to use HTML and CSS to create this. Let me show you. So what do you have? Home, about, contact, welcome to my page. At home, you will need to create this page using HTML and CSS. Now it looks better than those previous, right, HTML pages that we used to create. So let's just maybe discuss, guys. How would you create this part? Div, exactly right, div. Inside the div, we background color black. And these are
H2,
no, this is actually links. So it's anchor, anchor, anchor, anchors. And then this one is again div, again div. Inside the div we have h1. But if we don't use one property, this all will be on the left part of the page. We need to use which property? Text align, right, to center it here. All right, so everything is centered. Yeah, I think you already finished this, because here what makes it look beautiful is the div and background color. All right, to make this image smaller, what can we use? Which properties? Height and width. Height and width. Yeah, this is pretty easy. So it's gonna be your home assignment. How about this, guys? Is it an element? What I see inside it?
Yes.
Enter your name. No, it is. Yeah, it's placeholder. It's placeholder. Okay. Yeah, submit. It's a button. So, how do you call this portion, guys? Is it? Can I call this portion as one element, or which element would describe best this part? It is a form. It's a form, right? Okay. So let me see. Okay, this we're gonna learn later. Okay, one more property, guys. Let's do this. So if I would like to create here a border, guys, a border, I can use this for the heading. You can use here this property, border, 2 pixels, solid, black. This is how you can create a border. Now it has a border. If I would like to give border to the div, so that div has this black border, I would need to type this border here. Border, 2 pixels, solid, black. Now look, instead of heading, now the div has its border. Now div has a border. Yeah. This one is another property called border, and it has two values. Number, pixels, and then solid black means this one black. We can make it more thick. We can make it 5 pixels, 10. So it's the thickness of the border. All right. Border property. So on Monday, guys, I'm gonna make a little quiz for you. So you will pass a quiz to see how much you learned from this week. I'm gonna make a quick quiz for you. Next, guys, let's figure out how fast do you type, guys, because it is also another important skill. This one we can check through this website. I'm gonna send you guys a link. You can open that link, and we are gonna We're gonna do it together. Let me find the thing. If I would like to race with friends, yeah, this one. So I'm sending you guys a link. You should open that link. Open that link. And then there will be a button like join race. Oh yeah. It's not the most important skill, but it's one of the important, because the faster you type, the more time you have to think. Did you copy the link? Yeah. Did it work for you?
Folding.
It's loading.
It's
Yeah,
loading. Okay, okay. Maybe I'll need to click the start race. But anyway, I think you have this link, guys? This link. Yeah, click this link and then click here a button. Okay, it's loading for me as well. Click this button called enter a typing. Now it's open. Yeah. No, click this link. Type eraser, this one. You're gonna type yourself. Click this enter a typing race and then type. All right, just my intention, guys, was to give you this idea. Typing study. No. To find one website, guys, and practice there at least 5 minutes a day. I believe all of you have at least 5 minutes a day. And personally, me, I used to type with all fingers using this website. I passed this all lessons, and then I was able to type using all fingers, and it shows that for A, you should use this finger. Yeah, this one. And then for S, this one. For D, pointing finger.
Where did you see the and the lessons?
What lessons? Oh, I can just send the link if you mean this. So make sure, guys, that you submit this assignment, last one, for day 3. And then there's gonna be another assignment for day 4. So it also takes time. If it was really on my behalf, I would really upload the class recording right away. But it takes time to be processed, because when I end the recording, it will process about 2 hours. And then it will pop up here as day 4 class recording. And so today we had introduction to CSS. And then we are gonna have again class with CSS. Then on Tuesday, we might create some cinema web page with some cinemas. And if you click watch, maybe it will redirect you to Netflix. So next week, we are finishing with HTML, CSS. And we move to intro to Java, right? Intro to Java. Yes. So do you have questions, guys?
I have a question regarding websites. So, if I would like to make a copy somebody's website, can I connect the copy?
Actually, yeah, one thing, yeah. Actually, if you open this day 3, guys, if you open this, you can see there is a link. This is example, right? You should follow this example. You all know you should follow this example. I think it might not make for you a problem, or like it might, I think you already know everything. But what you could do if you were really maybe smart, maybe the other way, you could make a right click if you know about it. You could make a right click and then see the code what I have, and then you could just copy it. Or you could copy any other websites, but their CSS and some other files you might not be able to see it. Here we see only CSS part, no, HTML part.
Because the keys, they have the keys here for this site, website.
They have
The
some
keys.
files like JavaScript files, CSS file. Here what we see is only HTML. With only HTML, you cannot create really functioning, really good website. And we are not gonna create websites.
If
We're gonna
they are
test
open,
them.
For example, if it's open, everyone else is can we copy and make our own a website or all rights protected and prohibited, maybe something like that.
It really depends. It will depends. Maybe everything is protected, but just taking the HTML and other files, you cannot create your own website. There are other things also to use, such as some other services, because I made it visible to you also. If you click it, you can visit my website. So it should be also placed somewhere on the server. This is another story, but it's doable if everything is open.
So I can change the just data. Or
Yeah.
My own data, and it should work, right?
Yes. So in order to see the HTML behind this page, make a right click, inspect, and we see the all the HTML that I have here. This one, this one, this one. All right. And congratulations, guys. It was your first week. And you finished your first week. Yeah.
We
No,
have
like-
no weeks.
Yeah. There are
24 weeks, I think.
24 weeks. Let's see. So it's not going there, not going here. Oh, maybe. So 6 times 4, 20, yeah, like 24. 24, but maybe there are how many days? 7, maybe only 130 business days. Some of them are weekends. Yeah, all right, guys. I wish you to have happy, enjoyable, and anything weekend, guys. Have a good weekend. Yeah.
Let's make a party here. So first week.
Like if you wish, you can meet somewhere, and we can join also, like to get closer to each other. We can do. Yeah, maybe next week, maybe the other week, I'll find out some game so that we can play maybe before the class, maybe after the class. That will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Let's meet tomorrow at 10 a.m.
No. I just told someday, but not the weekend. Yeah. All right, online students. See you on Monday.
See you. Thanks so much.
Yeah.